So, you want to learn English? If that's your goal, I have a bad news for you. Your goal sucks. It's just terrible. I'm sorry. I know it's hard to hear that. You've probably had this goal for all your life, and it never got you anywhere, did it? Truth is, you are already starting it wrong. Your goal sucks, but in this video I'm going to explain you why it sucks and how to create a really good goal. And actually, if you wanna have a really great goal, your goal must fulfill 5 requirements, which are the 5 laws of a great goal. I'm sorry, the 5 laws of a great goal. Anyway, your goal must be smart. Smart is a word that is a synonym of intelligent in English, and it's a clever word in this situation because each of these letters stands for one of these 5 rules. So, a SMART goal. S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A for attainable, R for relevant, and T for time-bound. And guess what? Learn English doesn't fulfill any of these requirements. So I could start with the S for specific, but actually I will start with the 4th law. I will start with relevant, because I think it's the best way to start. So, in order to set a relevant goal, you must ask yourself why. Why you want to learn English? Oh, I want to learn English because my mom told me it's going to be good for me. That sounded a lot like Mickey Mouse. The thing is, that's not a good reason, right? This is not a meaningful reason. If your reason is not meaningful enough, you probably won't have the motivation to keep studying day by day. So good examples, normal examples are: I want to learn English because I want to travel the world and English is the universal language. Or I want to meet new people. I like to meet new people, new cultures. I would like to learn English because I want to improve myself, and to do that I would have to have access to information that I don't have today. Or I want to just watch my favorite series or movies without having to rely on subtitles and on voice acting. So you may have lots of reasons. You may want to live abroad, you may want to work abroad. That's your reason why, and you have to think carefully about it. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that you want to work abroad. Okay, that's your reason why. So what will you need to do in your day by day while working abroad? You will have to communicate well in a work environment, and that's it, right? It's important to define your work environment as well, because if you want to work at an office, it probably means that you will have to communicate more formally, and that you have to focus your learning a lot on writing, since you'll probably be writing a lot in emails and stuff. If your work environment is in a kitchen, for example, it changes completely. Writing is not that important anymore, you won't be communicating formally anymore, but you will have to focus a lot in your listening, because in a kitchen people talk really fast, you're under pressure, and there's a lot of other noises going on, and it will be harder for you. Plus, you will have to learn lots of kitchen-related vocabulary, such as utensils and ingredients and so on. So what's important to notice here is that we are making your goal more specific. We are making it more clear to you. And that's the main reason you need a goal. You must have crystal clear definition of where you want to go. If you don't know where you want to go, it doesn't matter the path you take. And in fact, all of these 5 laws, in one way or the other, what they do is they make your goal more specific. They make it more clear to you. The more specific you get, the better. So in this example, you have to communicate well in a work environment. But what does well mean to you? Well is something that depends on interpretation. And you must avoid this kind of words in your objective. You must have only one interpretation, one thing and one thing only, and that has to be really, really clear. As we go through the other laws, we will see that it gets more and more specific, so we won't be talking a lot about specific. M stands for measurable. Well, This is in fact the trickiest of all laws. It's the law that you have to put a lot of thought into, and I'm gonna actually make another video just to talk about metrics, measurements, and milestones. So I won't go into much detail here, but what I can tell you right away is that your goal must have numbers. Numbers. Only numbers are going to show you your progress. Only numbers are going to show you if you reached your goal or not. Because, for example, you have to learn kitchen vocabulary, right? If you set as your goal, learn kitchen vocabulary, well, if you learn one word, you learned it, right? You learned the new English vocabulary, therefore, check, goal reached. Yeah, not quite so, right? So, but numbers, learn 200 new kitchen vocabulary, and that's it. Okay, that's your goal right now. Because if you learn in a day 5, 6, 7 new vocabulary, you will know exactly how close you're getting to your goal, and that's what you need. But as I said, we will talk more extensively about this in other videos, so keep tuned in our content to have access to these other videos. Regarding the A for attainable and the T for time-bound. Time-bound means that your goal must have a deadline. You must know how long it will take for you to reach this goal. You want to learn 200 new kitchen vocabulary words? Great. How long will it take? 1 month? 2 months? 3? Only you can tell. And this relates directly to attainable. If you want to learn 300 new kitchen vocabulary words in a month, that means that basically you would be learning 10 new words per day. That may be possible for some, that may be impossible for others. Therefore, it can be attainable or not, depending on you. It's probably a little too much, since you will probably be learning these new words in a context, in a text, in a video, and since you will probably want to write these words down in a spaced repetition software for you to keep remembering. Because it's no good if you learn a lot of words and forget all the words that you've learned, right? So these are the 5 requirements that a great objective must fulfill to be great. We will give more examples when we talk about measurements, milestones, and metrics, but I think you already have a pretty good idea of what you've been doing wrong when setting your goals. And I actually have a great news for you. If you go to our website, betaenglish.com.br, you will find in free downloads, or downloads gratuitos because the site is in Portuguese, you will find an ebook that is the complete and definitive guide step by step to set your goals, to set your metrics, your milestones, your measurements, and to create a great study plan. Oh, did I mention that it's completely free? What are you waiting for? Just go there, you will find everything in detail with examples, with comments in these examples, and it will help you greatly. That's it for today, and tell us what you thought of this content. Do you have a goal that fulfills all 5 requirements? Comment down below what are your goals, and I'll give my feedback on them. I will say, okay, I think you need to improve a little bit more here, it's not specific enough, improve your metrics and this kind of stuff, okay? Don't forget to, if you like the content, subscribe.